for all the guards out there, wearing their magenta uniforms and masks with PlayStation controller buttons on them. I wanted to make a quick, comprehensive guide to the guards, and what exactly their duties are at the facility in Squid Game. Then I was like, that's not enough. I don't want to stop there. I also want to analyze the heck out of them, and talk about some theories regarding who they are, as well as debunk one theory in particular. Oh, just a quick warning, there will not be any spoilers ahead. Nah, I'm just kidding. There's gonna be nothing but spoilers, so definitely keep that in mind. Let's talk about the hierarchy of the staff. The guards with the squares on their masks are at the top, triangles are in the middle, and circles are at the bottom. The circles are the ones who handle the more mundane / risky jobs. Risky jobs like driving a minivan filled with a bunch of unconscious civilians while wearing a ridiculous outfit that would attract a lot of attention in public. And the low-level mundane jobs being things like cooking for the competitions or cooking meals for the other guards, and delivering said meals with no enthusiasm. There's also loading dead players' bodies into coffins and then incinerating said bodies. Basically like the least fun jobs. The triangles are the gunmen. They are responsible for eliminating the players during the games or executing anyone breaking the rules. The triangle guards also maintain their gunman status outside of the facility as they go on field trip missions to track down intruders. Basically, they are the ones with the guns. They are also responsible for watching over the players as they move throughout the facility, like taking them to the bathroom or leading them to the next game. By the way, I'm always going to make the case that the first game was pretty unethical. Like, I get it, the players can unanimously vote on stopping the games at any time, but usually when people think of elimination in games, they think, oh, I'm out, not, oh, I'm gonna die. 200 something people died in the first game without knowing that they were putting their life at risk. That's like 50% of participants dead without knowing exactly what was happening. And the guards intentionally hid this fact from the players by only bringing out 1 square and 8 circles during the introduction. But then after the first game, where it's revealed that players can die, the circle guards are then replaced with the triangles, aka the ones with the guns. If the players who died in the first game saw the triangle men with guns, a lot of them would probably have wanted to bail out earlier, or at least be extremely cautious about the games, and the guns would easily put anyone on edge, and inspire them to find out more information about the current situation. The squares are the supervisors, the highest level out of all the guards. The squares are also the only ones besides the frontman who can monitor the security camera feed, so they are the guards who the frontman trusts the most. They have a direct line of communication with the frontman, as each square is equipped with a walkie-talkie. It seems that walkie-talkies are the #1 way to communicate on the island. Now, the one who outranks everyone is, you guessed it, the frontman, the one who operates and oversees all matters at the facility. He carries out the orders of the host, makes sure all the games are running smoothly, and ensures that the VIPs have a good time. With the host of the games now dead, it's implied that the frontman will take over Oilam's position, and will possibly be looking for a new frontman. One of the questions people keep asking on the internet is, who are they? Who are these people behind the masks? There's this one theory out there that I've received a bunch of comments about. It's a theory that I thoroughly disagree with, and since I'm already getting in the mood of debunking theories this week, I feel that I should address this. So basically, the theory is that when the salesman on the subway offers the person a choice between a red or blue square, whatever they pick will determine who they are in the games. Like if you choose a red square, that means you're going to be a guard, and by choosing a blue square, that means you're going to be a player, which already defeats the purpose of the organization preying on people who are addicted to gambling. This is not what the red and blue squares are about. In my ending explanation video for Squid Game, I actually talked about the symbolism behind the red and the blue. So let me give you a quick summary of my explanation, and if you've already heard me talk about this before, don't worry about me sounding redundant, because I'm going to be presenting some new information here. The choice between red and blue is a reference to the Matrix, where Morpheus offers Neo a choice between a red or blue pill. Red pill is enlightenment and becoming woke. smoke. Blue pill is ignorance and staying asleep. Sung-gi-hun chooses blue while wearing a blue hat. And when we watch the footage of the participants playing the game with the salesman, most of them chose blue as well. Also, the Blue Danube by Johann Strauss plays before each game to reinforce this red pill, blue pill theory. Red, green, and blue are the primary colors of light, so the participants are wearing green, as Sung-gi-hun transitions from blue to red. Then, when he became knowledgeable and chose to turn on the organization, he is finally wearing red. That is the significance of the red and blue. And right here, in episode 1, when they are showing the videos of each participant playing the game with the salesman, you can see that some of the players have chosen red. They are only showing these videos of the players to the players because they need to convince each one of them to compete by reminding them of their debt. They wouldn't be showing a video of someone who was a guard or a member of the staff, because like only 9 guards were in the room, and that would be a waste of space on the screen, as they were trying to convince 456 players to compete. And the frontman, being a previous participant, does not help support the red square equals guard and blue square equals player theory either. It does, however, support that previous participants can become part of the games, making me think that if Sung-gi-hun is determined about taking down the organization now, he may not be in the future. Sung-gi-hun may go down a similar path as the frontman, as both of them are victors of Squid Game. And during the competition, number 1 gives Sung-gi-hun his sweater, which Sung-gi-hun then wears for the next few episodes, symbolic of Sung-gi-hun potentially taking number 1's place. The hosts of the Squid Games go out of their way to make sure that their operation remains a secret to the general public. The location of the facility is kept secret, as it's underground inside of an unknown island, which is pretty cool. This secrecy extends to keeping the identities of every staff member a secret as well. If any of the guards show their face, they die. So the guards don't really know each other, like how the players only know each other by number, but the guards don't even get the opportunity to see each other's faces. But who's to say the guards or the players won't try to talk after they leave the island? Well, that's a great question myself. The players are knocked out and then brought to the mysterious island, so they have no way of knowing where the facility is. They don't even know that it is an island. Well, except for Saebyeou, but she died. Thanks a lot, Sungwoo. The only connection the previous participants would have to the facility would be a business card with a phone number that no longer works. But these people are lower in society in terms of how society views them. A lot of them are either criminals or people struggling with like loan sharks. Some of them are immigrants, refugees, people who committed fraud, and those suffering from addictions like gambling. They are people that the police wouldn't really go out of their way for, so it's hard for their word to be taken seriously. And we already saw that the concept of the games is so ridiculous that the officers didn't believe Sung-gi-hun. Plus, after the first game, the players had a return rate of 93%, so almost everyone who agreed to participate in the games died, and those who are left on the outside won't be taken seriously by authorities and probably would just drop it, as they have enough problems already. As for the staff, this is a routine job. While working there would be no reason to fear for your life unless you break the rules. Those simple rules being, always wear your mask when outside of the room, do not converse without permission, as in don't talk unless your supervisor allows you to, and don't leave your room without permission. And if the host can put billions upon billions of won into the main prize, and afford a Bond villain level island for the games, I'm assuming the staff are pretty well paid. But this clearly isn't a traditional job, so who are the guards? The organization obviously does an extensive background check on the players, so who's to say they want to do the same for the guards? When player 119 grabs a gun and tells one of the guards to take his mask off, we just see a young man who kind of looks like a kid. This was a pretty mind-blowing moment, especially since he was a square. I was like, is every guard as young as this? But then we later see a bunch of other guards who are way older and are trying to smuggle organs out of the facility. So the guards definitely vary in age, but so far appear to be only male. This job would attract criminals, like like the ones who hunt down Sung Gi-hun in the first episode, as the thugs at the beginning were also trying to sell other people's organs. So even if the staff is getting paid well, it doesn't stop these criminals from having a side hustle. The guards probably didn't go through any harsh conditioning or anything, as they were pretty patient with Hwang Jin-ho when he was undercover and acting all suspicious and stuff. For the same kind of reason they picked the players, when deciding who the guards were going to be, they picked people who were lower in society, specifically criminals, because your average person is not willing to kill civilians for money. The people who are typically willing to do that are people who are already criminals and have a history of doing such things. There's also zero trust between the frontman and the circle guards, as there is a camera in each one of their rooms. I'm assuming that the triangles definitely have cameras as well. It's hard to tell if the squares have security cameras in their rooms, judging by the fact that the squares are the ones who monitor everyone else, but it's most likely that squares watch over other squares. Other than that, their identity is kept anonymous amongst their coworkers, so they wouldn't feel threatened by the people around them. But the frontman and the host know who the guards are, so if any of the guards try to talk to the police, chances are they know the organization will come after them. It's kind of like turning on the mafia. It's really just something a lot of people don't want to do, because you know, like death. Anyway, that's everything I had to say about the guards today. I'm gonna keep analyzing this show, so if you want me to make a part 2 to this video, let me know. Also, comment below what guard you would be. Would you be a square, triangle, or circle? I'm assuming you would have more fun as a circle, but make more money as a square. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video talking about Squid Game.